Hey friends, how's it going? It's Richard Quo here. About 8 months ago, I made the decision to leave the 95 corporate culture behind and really just start my own journey to do what I was passionate about. And in the past 8 months, it's actually been probably the most transformational time of my life. I've learned a lot, and I just want to share a few things with you. The first thing I could think of off the top of my head is having left the corporate environment, I realized that there's so much more to life today than just working. And if you were to ask me, as I ask myself the question all the time, would I rather do something that I'm passionate about and make absolutely no money versus something that I'm not passionate about and make a fortune? I would absolutely rather make no money and do what I'm passionate about. Because at the end of the day, what I realize is that today, this moment right now, is the only moment that really exists. And what I used to do is I used to spend so much time focused in the future about, how am I going to pay for my house? How am I going to raise a family? All that stuff. And although that might be important, I think we should be spending more time focusing on right now than in our future because if we are so worried about the future, then how about now? How about this present moment? And this is just my thought process, but I think that's such a critical piece of knowledge. I think if the more I've explored this realm of being in the present, the more I see myself being happier. Not only today, but also in the future. Because what's really awesome about this philosophy that I've recently adapted into my life of just really being present in this present moment is several things. The first one is it's awesome because now I get to appreciate life a lot more. I see things and I hear the dog barking outside. I hear the wind. I hear birds chirping. I hear the breeze. I see the sun. I notice the carpet below my feet, and I have such a much more keen sense of consciousness and awareness of what's going on right now instead of in my head always being focused about the future. How am I going to make money? How am I going to pay the rent? Everything like that. Although those things are important, I also just want to put the emphasis on living for today as well. It's I At the end of the day, I would say it's really a balance of both of planning the future and living the present as well. Some other things I've learned while on this 8 month journey so far, even though I'm not really monetizing too much on my speaking or coaching business right now because I'm just getting started and I do have a few gigs, but I think the biggest thing is it's a personal growth. It's this miraculous journey for myself that I've really had the opportunity to discover myself, and that's why I chose life coaching and speaking because this is in the realm of personal development, and I think once once I was able to step outside the realm of the corporate world where I felt very sucked into it and very like mechanical, very structured, and I didn't realize I had my own one track mind. I had a certain perspective of life that this is the way it is. And once I stepped outside of the corporate world, I realized that there's so many different perspectives that each individual does have a perspective, and I get to choose my own. I think one of the most powerful things about making that decision to finally leave that 9 to 5 behind was that courage, that choice of I could start doing things because this is what my intuition, my gut feeling tells me what to do. And the more I've practiced that over the past few months, the more I realize I've become happier and had no regrets for my life. Because when I make decisions based off my gut feeling versus off of what other people think, then I have no regrets. And I can live with freedom, that peace of mind that I'm making the decision because this is what I feel like, even though I feel guilty because I might get judged or something like that. I realize the more I trust myself, the more I could live without regrets because this is what I feel. And what's cool is if I come encounter something that's like I fail at something, like let's say my gut decision tells me to start my own business, but I fail at it, then I get to learn from it. And that's why I mean I have no regrets for everything that I do because this is what my intuition, my gut is telling me to do. And that's why I get to enjoy every single moment that I'm awake, I'm alive, and just breathing and have the freedom of choice of what I want to do with my life. Not just waking up in the morning, but just throughout my day. I get to create my own flexible schedule, what time I want to wake up, which at first I woke up a little bit later, but now I start waking up at 6 a.m. I do wow. I do a daily morning ritual that includes meditation and what affirmations, as well as reading and exercise and all that good stuff. So that's called Miracle Morning. You can check out miraclemorning.com. It's a awesome resource, and I highly suggest it. And pretty much whatever you choose in your life, whatever you choose, if you choose to stick in your current job or if you transfer to a new one, I think the most important thing, or top two things I would say, one is remember to exercise your consciousness, your gut decision, your really going after what your heart is telling you instead of your head, because it's so important to really connect the two together. And I think a lot of times we get peer pressured, or society tells us no, that's not okay to do that, and that's when we get discouraged and we continue to live this I guess you could say a monotonous life that's very structured, rigid, and according to what everyone else in the world is doing. And hopefully you will at least be open-minded and recognize that there is this opportunity out there for you, and it definitely is possible. When I say definitely is possible, I really mean that. I don't just mean it's possible, but not very likely. It really is possible. I mean, I came from a background with low self-esteem and just not trusting in myself, and here I am today being very open about life and having confidence in myself to keep moving forward and do what makes me happy in my life. All right, so thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found this helpful. I know I missed the second tip, and I'm not going to remember it quickly, so you're left with that just one tip. I said there's two, but you only get one right now. All right, well, there's more videos every single week, and you can go ahead and absorb more information next week. All right, thank you so much. See you guys. I'm here today with Dominique. She is amazing. She is my course instructor for one of my fitness classes at LA Fitness. And she is going to share with us some tips on how to stay motivated physically and in other areas of our lives.